Hello, welcome to 8-Minute Automation and good to see you all. Today we're going to discuss about the Ifix alarms and the alarm shelving policies. So here I'm going to insert or create a database. The database inside the database manager, I'm going to create one tag for the alarm logging or the alarms. So as usual, I'm fixing an analog input right here, and inside the analog input I'm making the name as alarms. Okay, here it is alarms, and I'm running in the simulation driver. IO address is 0, the first one, and the low limit and high limit is starting from 0 to 100. That's the basic things for this tag. And I'm going to the advanced. Inside the advanced I have to enable the output, otherwise the output won't be displayed. So next thing I'm going to do, which is the alarms. Inside the alarms I have to fix the low, high and high values for the alarms. For the low value I'm fixing 20, for the low value I'm fixing 30, and the higher value I'm going to 75, and the high value will be nearly 85. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to hit yes. Sorry about that, I didn't show you what I have done. Just hit the enter button or hit the save button. That's all we have to do. And now I'm not going to do the alarm shelving. I'm just showing the general alarms once again. Just save it. Yes, and again save it and close the database manager. Now I'm going to put one object, an object named a data link stamper. The data link stamper I'm placing right here, which in the tag name of the alarm. Okay, so fix alarms and f_cv and hit OK. This is the syntax for fixing the alarm, and hit OK, and placing here for the alarm display. And also for giving the values inside the database manager, I'm going to the tools section. Inside the tools I have to select this guy and going to click on the data entry expert. By clicking the data entry expert, you can see there will be a lot of data entry things will be appearing, like numerical entry, slider entry, push button, ramp entry, and I'm changing into the slider entry starting from 0 to 100 and clicking fetch limits at runtime. That means it is fetching the limits of 0 to 100 from the tag itself, so we don't have to type the low and high limits, and have to hit the right continuously also, otherwise the tag won't be updated very well. Hit OK, and then now I'm going to fix the alarm view. So in the objects and links itself we can see the alarm summary. So just take in the alarm summary right here. This is the normal alarms that we can see. So let's see how it's working. I'm going to the runtime. So if you go to switch to home, you can see the green man is going to run, which is the run mode. So I'm hitting the run mode. So here we go. The alarm is in the low condition because the value is 0. Okay, see the value is 0. So I'm going to change the value from here. So the slider entry I'm changing slightly to 20, 25. Okay, 22 now. So no change in values. Still no change in values. So I'm making the value above 25. So it's 28 now, and no change. Then I'm going to make it above 30. By making it 30, that value will be changed until I double click the acknowledged. So now I acknowledge this color is a bit less visible. See, you can see the value is low now because I just acknowledged by double clicking on the ACK button, and click the slider entry again and increase the tag value 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 and above the 70 values, and hit OK. There is no alarms because 70 is a healthy range. The high alarms comes with the 80 value. So going to 80, 81, 83, you can see that the value has been appeared as high. And again, if I increase the value to 100, you can see the alarm is updated to high. So these alarms we can see here, what this is the high priority alarms, So we can see the alarms as high without the acknowledgement. So this is how the alarms are generally working, and I'm going to close this guy. Yes, switch to runtime. And here we go. These are the things that those are the selected columns inside these alarm view. So one more thing I have to do, which is inside the filter, you can see one thing, display only shelved alarms. So I'm not going like that. I'm not going inside this thing. I'm going to create one more alarm table. See, I'm going to fix one more alarm summary table. Here it is. This is my shelved alarm table. So the upper one is the ordinary alarm table, and this is the shelved alarm table. So I'm going to inside this thing and have to fix a couple more things. Inside the column you can see shelved duration, so that I have to add that shelved duration inside the alarm column, and also apply. Then going to the filter, display only shelved alarms. I have to check this button and apply, and okay. So only the shelved alarms will be displayed here, and in this panel you can see the shelved duration also. So we don't have to show the shelved duration in the above thing. Only in the shelved alarm table have to show the shelved duration. So that's all. So here I'm going to run it again, switching to the run mode. So here it is, no alarms are displaying over here because only shelved alarms will be displayed. So I'm going to change the value into 0. Okay, into 0. Now I'm going to acknowledge the high, and here you can see the value is now low. This is the alarm, and sometimes the value goes above 80 or 90. The alarm has hit the high. So the operator just before the evening shift has found the value of the temperature is very high. So once it has been very high, you have to convey this message to the other guy, because if the value of the high value has been gone, if the temperature drops, but the next operator have to know that once this value has reached high value, so the operator before the shift has to be shelve the alarms. So have to select this guy and right click, and there is a value, there is a thing that is shelve. So just shelve the guy, and if it is preset for 1 minute. Maximum duration, if you are selecting, can show it for 24 hours, or if you can use the custom duration of some of hours. So I'm using the preset duration of 1 minute. So just shelve this guy. So by shelving, there will be no value inside the general alarm table. Okay, the value will be shown inside the shelved duration or shelved alarm table. So the operator has been shelved the alarm, and he can see the value, or he can see the alarms right here, and he can also see the shelved duration in hours. So until for 1 minute the alarm will be shelved. If you are using for 24 hours, the alarm will be displayed in the shelved table for 24 hours, so that the other shift guy or the other operator after the morning shift can see the value. That is the alarm shelving. It's one more peculiarity here, which is if after the 1 minute that alarm shelving duration, this alarm will be disappeared from the alarm shelve table and goes about to the next or the previous table. That is the 100 value. If I drop down the value like here, see the value has been go above because the 1 minute duration has been reached. Okay, this is the general things that we are doing inside the alarm shelving. Okay, so that's about it. Yes, so hope you understood this kind of video, and thank you once again from 8-Minute Automation.